What's going on, everybody? Sausage here. What if being a mailman on a tiny island sounded cozy, but actually it just kinda felt empty? Let's talk about Tiny Whiny Island. Stick around, this one has some claymation vibes, kind of, some weird letters, and a whole lot of nothing. So, the story. You play as Pete. Pete got a mail in the letter saying, hey, you should come home to the island so that you can be our mailman because we don't have a mailman. And that's basically the whole plot. There are a couple side stories that pop up, such as two brothers fighting over a winery, or a missing girl that you find hiding in a bush, but resolving them doesn't really change anything. Have you ever finished a quest and thought, wait, that's it? Yeah, this story doesn't really dig deep. Moving on to the gameplay, it's pretty minimal, and it starts cozy, but it turns stale pretty quickly, like in just 30 minutes. It's kind of a big island, but there's barely any people on it. On the south side of the island, there's a town. On the east and west, there is a forest and a lighthouse, respectively. And then the entire north side just basically exists. There's not really anything back there. Being the island mailman, you can commit a federal offense if you want to read the recipient's mail, which is honestly pretty funny at first, such as one of the letters talking about an extended car warranty, even though there's no cars on the island. But the letters just repeat, the jokes kind of fizzle out pretty quickly, and the content dries up fast. What I mean is that the joke about the extended car warranty, the first letter I opened had that, and then the second, and maybe not the third, but probably the fourth. My point is that there's not many jokes and they just repeat. The game does have collectibles in the forms of mushrooms and paper airplanes. I found all 26 mushrooms, and it seems like the only thing that did was unlock an achievement. There are 7 paper airplanes and I only found 6, but I gave up after running around the island for about an hour playing the rest of the game, and I just kind of thought to myself, if I found the 26 mushrooms and that did nothing, I'm pretty sure finding the airplanes is also going to do nothing. So if the collectibles don't do anything, then what's the point in collecting them? The game does recommend using a controller, but honestly, I went back and replayed a little bit after I beat the game using a mouse and keyboard, and it felt just as good, maybe if not better. It's got your traditional mapping, WASD to move and spacebar to jump. It just didn't feel any worse. Here's what the gameplay does nail though. It's an absolutely cozy vibe, zero pressure, just wandering. My first day on the island, which isn't even timed, you just go back to the post office when you're done, but on that first day, I spent the entire time just going around getting collectibles, and I kind of enjoyed it. But again, you don't get anything for them, and the island is so big, yet so empty, that after collecting most of them, you're just kind of wandering around aimlessly. Yes, there's a goal of delivering letters, but again, that's it. Moving on to the graphics and art, this is the best part of the game, hands down. It's made in Unreal Engine, which makes everything look polished and warm, and the characters almost look like smooth claymation, I think. I don't know if that's the right term, but the point is that they look super cozy. But like I said, even the beautiful art can't hide how empty the island feels. Moving on to the time or the price tag, Tiny Whiny Island costs $4. I earned about 8 of the 10 achievements, and I got just over an hour of gameplay out of it. With all of that said, Tiny Whiny Island earns a sausage rating of 6 sausages out of 10. Are the vibes cozy? Absolutely. But what about the story? Shallow. And the collectibles? Pointless. And the world? It's pretty, but it's empty. Tiny Whiny Island has heart, but it needs more island, I guess. Honestly, this game should have only been $2, so I can only really recommend it if you're going to get it at least 50% off. And that's my review of Tiny Whiny Island. If you got this far, consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a little comment below, but if not, just know that I appreciate your viewership nonetheless. I also stream on Twitch occasionally. I have a Discord for both content creators and casual viewers alike, and I'm a Steam curator, so consider following me on all of those platforms as well. I'll leave a link to everything in the description below. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut my review here. Mahoney out.